My name's Judah, CEO, founder of Nickelytics. And with that, I can't see the slides, but let's start the slides. Oh, there we go, perfect. Next slide. Oh, there's a clicker, sorry, I was not prepared. All right, so the billboard industry is challenged, difficult to measure, very expensive, but last but not least, very hard to measure the effectiveness of the campaigns. Thankfully, at Nickelytics, we've created a platform that makes posting an online ad or an offline ad as simple, measurable, and scalable as posting an online ad. We do this with our network of over 50,000 gig economy drivers that are available nationwide, as well as our network of 600 professional installers that can wrap high-quality vinyl wrap so we don't have to handle the operations. But the best part is, when a campaign goes live, you get real-time analytics to see not only where your ads are at, but also who's being exposed to it, the types of consumers, and then we can digitally retarget consumers on your phone, on your connected TV, as well as your laptop. So what do? We provide brands return on ad spend. For $1 that you put into Nickelytics, we typically return $6. And the way we do this is through the dashboard. We show you how many people that were exposed to your ads actually visited your website, visited your retail location, visited your stadium, downloaded your mobile app. We're connecting offline advertising to online activity. So since we started the company in 2019, we've launched campaigns in over 40 cities, or states, not cities. We've ran 100 campaigns. We've delivered over $1 billion, or 1 billion impressions, and we've done this at an average CPM, which is a fraction of the cost of a billboard, for $1.62. That means for 1,000 impressions, you're gonna pay less than $2. Another thing that's been a great hit and something that's very unique that billboards lack is this ability to go where they need to be. So we've worked with Coinbase now on several events. This was actually last week in Denver at a cryptocurrency event where they swarmed the event. Vehicles driving all around. Our drivers actually act as brand ambassadors that can pass out goods, information. So really street team activation. Of course, it comes with the analytics to be able to show the effectiveness of that campaign. So how do we make money? That's an important question. For $1,000 a month, we require 10 vehicles, and they sign a 6 to 12-month contract. Of that contract, we're gonna share 30% of that with the mobility company. So imagine you're a gig economy driver, that's $350. That could be enough to pay for your car. A lot of the drivers are living paycheck to paycheck. A lot of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. So that could be a significant opportunity for them to increase supplemental income. On top of that, we then are able to add our CPM, digital retargeting, and that gives us a blended average profit margin of over 65%. So, robot, activate. We're gonna do something here. We're gonna see if this works. We good? All right. So we partnered with some of our friends here. You might notice the beverage. And what's really cool is now that we've built this platform, it's growing. We started to work with mobility companies on a B2B partnership. And they're coming to us to actually monetize their fleet because transportation is very expensive. We've now created the largest network of autonomous robots that are available nationwide. This represents over 40 universities that we operate 7 days a week, over 4,000 robots, and we connect to our API to provide the partnership. We also just signed a partnership with InDrive, the second largest rideshare provider in the world with over 200 million app downloads. I'm running out of time. I can tell you how great we are. It's the customers who pay the bills. We work with brands, Charles Schwab, Coinbase, DirecTV, Los Angeles Times, nationwide. The team, the most important thing about the team is it takes village to be successful in a startup. My background's in business development, sales, led teams at Gartner, but we also have an amazing CTO who has a PhD in computer science, geolocation, one of the original Google Maps engineers, head of partnerships, ex-TikTok, our VP of revenue. And this is the last slide, probably the most important one. We're experiencing a lot of significant growth. There's a few reasons. What happened? We found our product market fit last year. We fired a lot of small customers. We believe we can bring them back in, but we're a lean team. We have to be very hyper-focused. And there's a demo, but I just butchered the time. So I'm happy to send this to anyone, but I'm going to pause there. And we are raising around, oversubscribed, pretty much. And so we have investors as part of the round, $3 million at a $13 million post valuation. Companies like the Players Company, Techstars as a follow-on, Etham Ventures, Level Up, Hypersonic, and I apologize to any of the VCs that I missed, and some strategic angels. Thank you so much. We get some beverages?
So clarifying question. So the analytics, the impressions, the marketing First Citizens Bank could get is based by, I guess it's people are taking a picture of the code?
No. So we, again, we have very smart people on the team. My background is business development, sales partnerships. So I can't take much credit for this, but we essentially have a visibility cone of all of the assets that we have of about 20 yards. We then cross-correlate through data partnerships. It's GDPR compliant. We take that information, we cross-correlate it based on how fast they're going, the weather, the type of day, and we can then get an understanding of the probability that they saw it. And now that we have that unique ID, we can follow that all the way through. We of course can do a QR code, but that's really secondary. But what we focus on is not in impressions; it's actually following that to get the proof of return and conversion.
Just like a billboard. Got it.
Yeah, but with analytics and a fraction of the cost.
Who are those data partners? I'm curious.
We have about 7. So we do a lot internally. So again, our CTO was one of the original Google Maps engineers, PhD in geolocation data. So we're doing a lot now in the advanced analytics predictive to actually be able to understand where consumers will be at a particular time. And that's a big part of our value secret sauce as part of this round, because we believe that there's a huge opportunity in integrating it out of home. It's not the most innovative space. Billboards have been around since 1800s, and not a lot has changed.
Did you run this venture through Techstars?
Yeah.
Which office were you at?
So they just shut down the Detroit office, which was a mobility one. So we actually went to Turin, Italy. So we believe that this is a global opportunity. Obviously, we have a huge market in the U.S., but we have a lot of one of our investors are actually out of Singapore, who are very, or that will be, and we do believe that this is a very global opportunity because we're essentially solving 2 problems: creating mobility companies. So we're meeting with a lot of Fortune 100 automakers that I can't disclose that are very interested in bringing advertising because they have to. The investor appetite towards not profitability has changed, and now they're coming to us, and there's been an onslaught of mobility companies that shut down, scooter companies. We were talking to them, and they were saying, no, we'll do it in-house. So there's a good time, and the out-of-home is growing rapidly because we've been so over-digitalized. So the timing, we feel, is very ripe for us to grow. We are looking to hit $10 million in revenue this year, top line.
Is that geolocation data available in other markets outside the U.S.?
Yeah, so there's
no regulatory issues?
Yeah, so we're working with, there is limitations. So when we went to Italy, we actually built a GDPR compliant. Basically, we understand Italy is what sets the precedent, or not Europe, but Europe sets the precedence for what data is built in the U.S. So we have a lot of different ways of providing data in a similar format, but there's certain things that aren't available. But there's other markets, where there's actually there's less regulation. Yeah, thank you. Any other questions?
Do you have any retention statistics for people that have done multiple campaigns?
Yeah, so we have about a 70% retention rate. That has shifted because we've, again, let go of a lot of the, unfortunately, small and medium-sized businesses because it was just such a constraint and the revenue just wasn't there. With the larger enterprise customers, we have about an 80% retention. For instance, I'll give you this example. So working with a Fortune 100 finance company, they did a pilot, and this is what we do really well with. We do a 5-vehicle pilot in New York City, show them that digitally retarget consumers exposed to their ICP, so it's not just anybody getting exposed, it's the types of consumer that they want to reach. They were so happy with it, they came back, did a 60 vehicle campaign, then the next year they came back and did a 100 vehicle campaign. So we see that time and time again. Same thing with Coinbase. A lot of time they want to test this out, and then we start becoming very strategic partners. So land and expand is a very, very good strategy for us.
Can you tell me where you're based?
I'm in Jacksonville. I have a house in Jacksonville. No, I'm in Tampa, Florida, so not too far. Don't hold that against me. I love Jacksonville. I'm over here a lot, but it's amazing to see the innovation and the growth and everything. But yeah, we are Tampa-based, not too far of a drive.